Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Syahan, Rafiqul, number A32022009, and this is a public speaking project. I'm going to present to you a little bit about the KCPDW, or no, that which is short for the Knights Armament Company Personal Defense Weapon. What is it? It's the Knights Armament Company 6x35mm personal defense weapon is an experimental personal defense weapon designed by Knights Armament Company, firing a 6mm cartridge optimized for short barrel weapons. A variant chambered in blackout as well is also available. This here is chambered in a 6mm, and its design is basically similar to the M16 with a lower receiver, basically a shortened M16, and which many people or many gun users would be very familiar to the design, and therefore easing up on the usage. Although despite having a similar lower receiver to the M16 and the M4 series, it has a totally different upper receiver, and unlike most rifles or most M4 and M16 series, this comes in with a folding side stock, allowing multiple variations of scoping, unlike the M16 and the M4 where you are stuck to telescopic sights. The PDW has two gas pistons, and the tapping hot gas from the barrel to operate its mechanism, located on the top left, and between the two gas pistons. Therefore it can release heat, and therefore this just acts as a handguard. And these little holes here, as you can see, are what's supposed to be a heat release, because a short barrel weapon fired in fully automatic can really heat up the gun a lot. Now, for the chamber, it fits multiple rounds. Different chambers would require different barrels, yet it comes in with the 6mm x 35 cartridge, which is just over a centimeter from the 5.56mm, or the 5.56 x 45mm by NATO, and it's slightly wider than this 6mm standard, a little bit wider than the standard 6mm that you have, and they're slightly heavier than the standard 5.56, and fired from a 10-inch barrel or 250mm. The cartridge reaches a muzzle velocity of 2,450 feet per second, or 750 meters per second, slightly faster than the muzzle velocity of a regular 5.56 cartridge, and fired to a fairly similar barrel. The larger diameter creates a weapon recoil to the gun as well. And well, basically for history, well, this is still a prototype gun, and it's still in testing. It has been released and can be returned for further complaints and further innovations. It's an experimental weapon, but it works just fine as for the time being. Most people, and this right here is also fit for home defense as well as the name states, personal defense weapon. It's not too large, doesn't really take up much space, and perfect for home close encounters. Pretty much that's it to this thing. Thank you for letting me share a little bit, and I'll see you whenever.